Hello to you, my couch potatoes! It is me, Anthony Coach, and it is time to compare these two giants of the Superstrat world. I'm not going to go into the history of these guitars in this video. I did do a review on both of these guitars, which you can see on my channel, so make sure to check those out. I've just dropped my plectrum. This video is a pure comparison on one guitar against another guitar. So really, although this is Ibanez vs Charvel, it's actually the Ibanez 550 versus the Charvel Dimas. And I think it's a fair comparison because both guitars retail at around the same price, give or take a couple of £100. So let's start. Let's start at the beginning. It's a very good place to start. And if you can name what song that's from, I'll give you a biscuit. Okay, just like in my review videos, I'm gonna try and get everything in there by starting at the head of the guitar, working the way down the neck and across to the body and talking about the features. But except this time this is a comparison, so I'm going to be comparing the guitars rather than just reviewing them. And starting at the head, the Charvel comes with Charvel's own brand tuners. Not had any problems with them, they're okay, they make the guitar in tune, they do what they're supposed to. You turn them that way, the note goes sharp, turn them that way, the note goes flat. The Ibanez has got the Goto tuners, and there you go, they're okay. And as I always say, why do you watch my videos? There's not much more you can talk about tuners, is there? You're either going to be a massive fan already of Goto tuners, or you might be a fan of other tuners, in which case you just switch both out if you wanted some proper tuners that you are a big fan of anyway. I don't think they make that much of a difference anyway, especially on guitars that have got lock-in bridges. Both guitars have got this flat kind of bar instead of string trees. It's probably got a name, but I don't know. I don't even care, right? It's never been that important to me to find out what they're called. Tell me in the comments. Right, but it's not about that. This video is not about that because we're going to get onto the neck. Right, the neck of these guitars couldn't be more different. The neck on this guitar is far much more like a Stratocaster than the Ibanez. And if we're saying that these are super strats, that means that this guitar is closer to a Strat. And I think that that is going to pop up a few times in this video, that if we're calling these super strats and we're going to say that they're heavily influenced by Fender and the classic Stratocaster design, the Stratocasters are probably the most popular guitar shape in the world. So chances are very high that you're going to be looking at this video and you own a Strat-like guitar and you want to switch over to a Superstrat. Maybe you feel limited by the single coil pickups, or maybe you feel limited by not having a floating bridge. You've been playing guitar for a while, or you've just started, or you feel like you want to get onto the shred kind of stuff. Well, most Strats have got a moving bridge, you know, a wobbly bridge, but they don't have that cutaway. So you might feel limited. And you might be looking at this video and thinking, oh, I quite fancy a Superstrat. Is it going to be the Ibanez RG or is it going to be the Charvel Dimas? Well, let me tell you that if you want it to still retain that Stratocaster feel, then the Dimas all the way. The neck alone is far more stratty. But what I love about this neck is this matte finish that they've got on the back. It's like a smooth, sanded neck, which really, really feels extremely nice to play. And as I said in the review video, there is nothing that I like better than sitting at home on an evening and just rubbing my face gently against that matte finish. It's a wonderful feeling to do that. I enjoy it very much. and down it as you do those long legato lines. It just feels nice. It's a bit chunkier, narrower this way than the RG. But I think that if you are coming at this from a Stratocaster angle, or a guitar that is very much more like a Stratocaster than the RG, you're going to prefer this neck. It was a learning curve for me. I grew up playing Ibanez RGs. My first electric guitar was a Jackson, and then I switched over to RG and I never looked back. This guitar, I sat down in the shop and I thought, you know what? Strat style necks, I'd been used to the big paddle-sized wizard necks on an Ibanez. But I was sat in that guitar shop and I was playing this guitar and I thought, you know, this I can get a real feel for the neck and why a lot of people are really liking Charvels and guitars that are much more traditional to the Stratocaster shape. The Ibanez Neck. Well, it's a dream. I'm not biased. It's a dream to play. I had a Jackson PS2 when I first started really learning scales and lead and shred kind of stuff. So I definitely cut my teeth on a Jackson. Ow. And I suppose you could say that a Jackson PS2 is a Superstrat in that it's very similar to an Ibanez as well, and they've all got that shape of the off-center cutaway and horn kind of a thing, and you know, a Jackson could be described as a Superstrat as well. So when I made the switch from that Jackson neck, which was extremely flat and extremely wide this way, and I switched over to Ibanez, it wasn't that much of a stretch. I was used to it. Instantly though, the action on this guitar feels a lot lower, feels a bit easier to play, dare I say. But I think in my, well no, I definitely know that in my review for the Dimas, I was talking about this idea that the strings feel a bit of a push, of a chore to bend on the Charvel Dimas. When you do those crazy... I'm fighting that guitar. Sometimes I quite like it because it's a workout. To play that Charvel is a bit of a workout. It's working against you in a little kind of a way. The Ibanez, I don't feel I get that as much. It could be to do with the scale length of both guitars. I don't know if they're the same, I don't know if they're different. Look it up. In fact, I've watched someone else's video for that to actually get a comparison. But just watch my video to, I don't know, make me feel popular. No, why do you watch my videos? I suppose it's just for my handsome face and my wonderful jokes. So it's flatter, it's this 5-piece wizard neck. You're a wizard neck! I've started losing the plot. It's looking like, in a desperate bid for more people to watch my videos, I'm going to do more daft stuff. But then, welcome to the internet. Is better than the Charvel. There, I've said it. Plectrum drop. Okay? Because it's thinner this way and it's fatter this way, and I grew up playing a guitar which was almost the same style of neck. They've both got dot inlays, nothing fancy. They're both maple. Oh yeah, that's an interesting thing. They're both maple necks. However, the Ibanez has got 24 frets. The Charvel has got 22 frets, and I did not think that I would miss that until I started playing the Dimas a lot more. And what I found was, you know, if you're all the way up at the top end doing all that kind of shreddy stuff, I missed it. I miss having that option. Some kind of sweep. Oh no, you won't be able to do that. It's only 2 frets. It only gives this guitar scope for playing 2 more notes than the Dimas. But it's a little detail that is important to me. I found that it was actually important to me. I didn't think it was going to be, but it was. Let's move on to the body. And this is where this Superstrat veers off from where Fender left off. Are we saying that Ibanez is heavily influenced by Fender and the Fender Stratocaster? Well, I think that enough people refer to this guitar as a Superstrat to warrant that maybe they are. But they have innovated in different ways. It's sharper across the corners. The Dimas is not. It's got the sharper horns. The Dimas has got the rounded horns. What else? Well, this particular Genesis 550 has got this. It's got this cutaway that you can see at the back. And sometimes I like to stroke that. It makes me feel happy. And that is why they put that there. It's the happy stroker. So yeah, it's sharper. It means that you chip your RGs. Go onto Gumtree, go onto Preloved, go onto eBay and find me one used Ibanez RG that is not chipped where you put the thing, the lead, or around the top and chip there. I've got Ibanez's and they chip. They chip. The way they put the finish on these guitars is that the moment that you accidentally brush against something or, you know, blink in the wrong way, you look at your guitar, massive chip, massive gaping chip. And that's important to me because I like crazy finishes on guitars. And when those guitars get destroyed, when that wonderful finish gets tarnished, some people like that relic look. I want eternal youth on my guitars. I want it to look as fresh and as bright and as crazy as the day I bought it. Fighting those strings a little bit more on this guitar, just instantly as I pick it up there. I know that different guitarists are different though, so don't let me put you off from the Dimas by saying that. Some people like a little bit of pushback. Of course, both guitars got the floating bridge, and the bridge moves when you do those bends, but more on that later. So yeah, just talking about the body, look at that. Again, it's that thing of, if you're coming at this as being a Stratocaster owner, you're going to feel at home. The only thing that you're going to find that is different is changing the strings and tuning. You've got a Strat, you want to switch over, buy the Dimas. It's a very nice guitar to play. Although you've probably already guessed that I do prefer the Ibanez RG. This, you know, I put my money where my mouth is and I went out and I bought this and I brought it home and I love it. And this is my guitar and nobody's having it. But, I'm going to talk about the bridge. I don't like Floyd Rose bridges. Okay, plectrum drop. Floyd Rose bridge compared to an Edge bridge, if you ask one particular 32-year-old failing YouTuber, it is not very good. The Edge is better. I used to block off my Ibanez RGs because I got sick of the tuning. I bought this guitar and it reminded me of the joys I used to have in the crazy stuff. I thought I was going to get it all out my system again with this guitar, to keep one guitar that was completely floating and I would go crazy on and do all the tricks and all that kind of stuff. But then this, the tremolo arm, it's rubbish. I mean, I can replace it, but this is a comparison video and I'm going to let you know what I think about this guitar when you just buy it. You spend so much money on these things, I don't want you to go out there and be disappointed. Definitely going to pick up on the, when I do that, it's unusable. Well, it depends how picky you are. If you want it to do that and flop around like a chicken, it can. But then when you use it, you get that full-on ricketiness, which is awful. And you waste so much energy just lifting it to the point where it's going to do something that when you are doing a quick shred, it's a waste of time. Your note is gone. Puts me off playing the music that I want to play. And on a serious note, that means I don't like it very much. I searched for it on Google and I found videos, very helpful videos on YouTube. You know, you get plumber's tape and you wrap it around, but it's not permanent, it's temporary. So every time you have to get your guitar out, you have to do it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to play my Ibanez Edge. The idea here is that you tighten it and then it's usable. Look at that. Perfectly usable. As soon as I touch it, wonderful response. Nice, subtle, or crazy dive bomb. Anything you want to do is doable on this particular Floyd Rose. So where's the problem? Well, you do that to get it out of the way, you shred, bring it back, you wobble, do that over a few times. Let me see if I can do it now. Let's see how long it takes. Okay, there, in that very short space of time. Imagine that's a gig. Imagine that's one song. Okay, look at that, it's gone again. Not only that, the ricketiness is back. And it's such, my girlfriend cannot stand, she's got a passing interest in guitars. She cannot stand me talking and moaning about rickety bridges and YouTubing videos on her telly. I make my girlfriend watch YouTube videos on how to fix things like this, and she is not very happy, which makes me not very happy. So, Charvel, but it's an opinion. You might disagree. Don't worry. It's only an opinion. It's not going to hurt you. Talking about pickups, humbuckers, big, massive, bright sound. This has got Seymour Duncan's. sound better than the V, I think it's a V6 and a V7 in the Ibanez. These sound better, these are better, in my opinion. These are brighter, more responsive, higher output, I think. But I prefer the Seymour Duncans, they're just brighter. I've always played Dimas, to be honest with you. Every time I've switched out, I've had EMGs in the past. I think I prefer Seymour Duncans. If someone said, do you want me to put some Seymour Duncans in your Ibanez RG for you, I would bite their hand off after they'd fit them. Or else they'd have to do it with one hand. And soldering with one hand is extremely dangerous. You know, you could have your eye out, so don't bother. Bridge pickup, really nice. Makes the strings make a loud noise, which I like. Neck pickup does the same, just a bit bassier. It's a nice sound. But both guitars have got single coil capabilities. Might not look like it. But watch this. Boom. Pull out that volume control, which crackles a little bit. And I'm going to show you with the volume down on a single coil pickup on the neck, just a nice D-7 chord that's slightly out of tune. Full volume, big pickup. Okay, this guitar has also got single coil capabilities, but not with a coil tap, just with this. I prefer the coil tap. Pickups are so easily switched though, and everyone's got personal tastes. So this will be however important it is as you feel it is. Quickly going back to the bridge on the RG, this is not only the better bridge of the two in my eyes, it's the best bridge I've got on all my guitars. The arm, it's a pushing arm. It's not one of those twisty arms like on the Floyd Rose. It's got these little plastic rings, and when you first put them in, they're really tough to push in. But then over time it gets looser and they give you replacements. And I think what's going to happen is it just shaves off little bits of that plastic as time goes on, and then you just replace them and then it feels all stiff again and then you put it in. Right, but this guitar is the best of both worlds, because if you want the feel of the Floyd Rose and ricketiness, you push this down, you get an Allen key, stick it in there, twist it, Bob's your uncle, you get much looser of an arm, but I like having an arm that stays where you put it. And this guitar, you can have it really tight, so you have to, or you can have it really loose, so that you just do this and just tap it, and then you can just have it loose and so it's dangling like that. So the final thing that I'm going to talk about is the finish. The Charvel San Dimas comes in loads. I think it comes in more colours than the Ibanez RG. The Ibanez RG comes in about 4 or 5 colours. The only other crazy one is desert yellow, if you consider that crazy. There's a purple one, there's a black one and a white one. I've got a purple Ibanez RG, so I went with the red, or else I would have gone purple, because purple guitars are cool. The San Dimas, I'm trying to remember. It comes in slime green, yellow, a hot rod red. I think this comes in more finishes. So this one pips Ibanez to the post in terms of choice in that respect. However, you don't get the matching headstock in the San Dimas. So there you go. Any more information that you would want to know on these guitars, watch someone else's videos. But if you want to know what I thought when I first bought these guitars, then please go onto my channel and check out the reviews that I did on these guitars. You will not regret it. In fact, your life depends upon it. I've been Anthony Couch. Thank you very much, and subscribe to my channel if you want more videos like this. Got to do it. Got to do it. Makes me feel good. Thank you very much.